Hi, this is Geert-Jan. In this screencast I'm going to give you a very quick overview of SASS, Syntactically Awesome Syntax, in NetBeans IDE 7.4. Now, SASS is really useful for working with CSS style sheets because it does some nice pre-processing work for you. So we create our application as a starting point, in this case based on Twitter Bootstrap, really nice template. And here we can see our index.html file deployed in the embedded browser. We can click on this little button here, which means we can click in the browser and see where items are defined. Also, we can see in the navigator where items in the browser come from. And finally, if we actually have a style sheet attached, which fortunately we have a few of here, we can see the styles applied to the currently selected item that I'm clicking on in the browser. Let's apply the style sheet that comes along with Twitter Bootstrap. So this is one of them anyway, Bootstrap CSS. You can see immediately there's a different style. I can click on this item in the browser and see, here is information about it. More useful style is H1. So H1 you can see, and we can see in the style sheet window here, you can jump from here into the source. So here is where this H1 comes from. Now we don't want to use the H1 from the Bootstrap for this example. Instead we're going to create one via SASS. Now SASS support in NetBeans starts off by you saying where must the SASS files be found that SASS is going to turn, in this case on saving, into a CSS style sheet that will be found inside the CSS folder. You can see I've already installed SASS and I've set it up here, and when there are any problems or errors, then NetBeans is going to open the output window and display messages from SASS. Okay, so we're all set up, and now we're going to start. So we need to have one of these SASS files. So these are special files. It's not .css, it's .scss, and so we can have SASS or its alternative less. We create our new, you can see here SCSS styles SCSS file, and we want it to be in the SCSS folder. Click finish, and there it is. And as you can see, we automatically now also have a styles.css file created in our CSS folder, because that's what SASS does. It looks inside the SCSS folder, finds that there is a SASS file, and whenever we save, which automatically happened when the file was created, a style sheet file was created. So we begin and we say create a small variable, brand color, and brand color, okay, I'm not sure if it's colon or equals, and RGB, I'm also not sure whether it's what that exact syntax is. I save this and you can see that there are errors here, errors coming from SASS. And also, output window opens, tells me there are various problems. Expected a colon, okay, very handy. And also expected 3 arguments instead of 2. So we're going to have 3 arguments. So now everything is good. Okie doke. So a nice thing about SASS is that not everything found inside this SCSS folder is going to be turned into a style sheet. If we have an underscore up in front, so this is called a partial file in SASS speak, we are not going to have this turned into a CSS file. So this is where we're going to have our constants found. And then inside of our styles sheet, this is where we're going to first of all import. So we import our SCSS partial file, and now we can start using it. So let's say that color, and here I type the variable and brand color. So there it is. And from here I can jump in there and see where it's defined. Okay, so we now have a styles CSS file, a normal style sheet with red. So we go back to the constants, and let's say we make this change, and we see in the styles that this is now magenta. Great. Let's apply this now. Instead of our Bootstrap style sheet, we will apply our styles style sheet instead. So here is our styles style sheet. And you can see magenta. We now can do all of our work not inside the CSS folder, but inside of the SCSS folder. So here I will change this to 0, and immediately I see in the browser that this is now red. So that's it, a very small quick introduction to SASS in NetBeans IDE 7.4.